Pam Bondi is on the chopping block. That's according to one Wall Street Journal report that just came out saying that Donald Trump is fed up with his Attorney General and he's just pissed off all around because I'm sure you saw this, but can we just watch it one more time? Can we watch it one more time? Donald Trump getting called a pedophile protector, which, by the way, we got to call him that from now on. Apparently, he don't like it. We know that because he flipped off a Ford employee who did it. And now I got reporting on that Ford employee after we watched this. By the way, you can see him there, mouth, fuck you. Really presidential. Also, that's the bitchiest way I've ever seen someone give a middle finger in my entire life. All right, now that guy, he's been put on suspension from Ford following an investigation. He's probably going to get fired. And that man, DJ Sabula, has actually said on record he would do it again. He would do it again. And I have to say to him, we need more Americans like that. I mean, he is standing up to this president more fiercely than Republicans, more fiercely than billionaires, more fiercely than the media. We need more TJ Sabulas. And that's why I'm so glad that a GoFundMe has actually been started for him, just in case he does lose his job, and for those to say thank you for standing up and for being a patriot. It, at the time of recording, has raised more than $300,000, and I am actually going to donate $1,000 right now because you know what? We have to support people who do the right thing. We have to support brave people. We have to support people who actually know the difference between right and wrong and are willing to fight for it. Every form of protest is just as important as yelling pedophile protector at the president, or by standing up and demanding action in your own streets, or just paying attention to what's happening in the news. It's all super important. This is what I'm going to do. This is my form of protest today. I am donating some money. Ding! Feels good. Feels good. Thank you, TJ. And regardless of what happens, you are an American patriot. Now, someone who's not an American patriot is Attorney General Pam Bondi, who we are now learning through the Wall Street Journal Trump has complained about repeatedly, and she's actually worried that she is on the chopping block. Now, the reason why this has happened, this is reporting in the story that says that the reason why Donald Trump has started to sour on her is because he has also heard from conservative activists and influencers criticizing Bondi and has collected similar social media posts that he has asked aides about. And Trump has expressed frustration that the Justice Department hasn't done more to pursue those he claims helped steal the 2020 election in which he lost. Some of the people familiar with the complaint said. So Donald Trump is mad at his attorney general because people on the internet have been saying stuff like this. Here is Megyn Kelly, who has said, well, this is about 6 months ago. You can see how old this is because Charlie Kirk's in it. Here's Megyn Kelly giving her thoughts on Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi. She has never missed an opportunity to go on television and dangle sweet nothings that might be coming your way. Try to lead you to believe that she's got it. It's on her desk. It's coming tomorrow. You're going to see something on Epstein. And it was a tease. So you either believe that Pam Bondi was telling the truth then, or that she's telling the truth now. But both cannot be true. She was either lying when she went on Fox News all those times saying, I've got it, we're looking at it, wait until you see it, it's horrible. Or she's lying in her 2-page memo that they released on a Sunday night at the tail end of a holiday weekend to Axios, as if Axios is where we all go for our news. Hell no. She went to someone she knew would not kick the tires on the story, and without signing the memo, dropped it in the dead of night and said, that's it. Take it, take the crumbs and be happy. Refused to come out and give a presser, and give a press conference, stand there for 6 hours to the point where people are dying of boredom. They've asked all their questions. That's how you put a scandal to rest. But she wouldn't even sign her name to it. And I'm telling you, I have dollars to donuts. It's gonna come out that there was internal consternation over that memo.
Yeah, well, the Epstein files have continued to be the thorn in this administration's side that they cannot remove. And it would be extremely, I think it'd be satisfying if the thing that tears down Pam Bondi and Donald Trump is the one thing that they ran on, which is that they were going to release the Epstein files. And by the way, they have done a pretty masterful job of getting us to not talk about it, because they are literally breaking the law right now. And the Epstein files are supposed to be out. We've received 1% of them. And of that 1%, it was heavily, heavily redacted. It's absolutely absurd. I'm pissed off about it. Turns out MAGA's pissed off about it too. Now, Donald Trump's pissed at Pam Bondi, you're going to see, for different reasons, but it doesn't really matter. The thing is, I don't think Pam Bondi can survive all of this. I'm mad at her. They don't care about that. But we have folks on the right who are mad too. We have James Comer venting literally 5 days ago.
At the end of the day, I've been disappointed in some of the criminal referrals that are collecting dust on Attorney General Bondi's desk.
I mean, listen, the way politics works is if you're saying something like that, if he's saying disappointed on camera in an on-the-record interview, then he is feeling a lot more things behind the camera. Someone very plainly put, Pam Bondi fucking sucks at her job. She needs to be fired. How do you really feel, Chandler? How do you really feel? Now, here is the report. President Trump has complained to aides repeatedly in recent weeks about Attorney General Pam Bondi, describing her as weak and an ineffective enforcer of his agenda. Administration officials and other people familiar with his complaint said the criticisms appear to be part of an intense campaign by Trump to pressure the Justice Department to more aggressively pursue his priorities, some of the officials said. Trump has previously criticized Bondi at times, but his vocal concerns about his Attorney General have grown more frequent in recent months, officials said. Chief among his grievances is what he sees as Bondi's failure to quickly and effectively prosecute the investigators who had pursued him for years, including former FBI Director James Comey and New York Democratic Attorney General Letitia James. The officials and others familiar with his complaint said both criminal cases were dismissed in November by a judge who said the Trump aide who secured the indictment had been improperly appointed to her post. Trump has wanted to see the cases continue quickly. I think let's just pause for a second and just say it is insane we're in a world where it's just like understood that the President of the United States directs the Department of Justice to do what he wants. Let's just at least point out that's fucking nuts, okay? Now, secondly, it turns out his grievances tour towards Pam Bondi has worked, because we just learned today that Pam Bondi has arrested someone who leaked Pentagon information, tweeting this the past week at the request of the Department of Defense. Department of Justice and FBI executed a search warrant at the home of a Washington Post journalist who was obtaining and reporting classified and illegally leaked information from a Pentagon contractor. The leaker is currently behind bars. I am proud to work alongside Secretary Hegseth on this effort. The Trump administration will not tolerate illegal leaks of classified information that, when reported, pose a grave risk to our nation's national security, blah, 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 blah. So this is really Pam Bondi being like, please don't fire me, Donald Trump. I promise I can do fascism. I promise. It's not hard to do fascism. Let's keep going. Bondi has grown concerned in the past month about Trump's complaint. People in touch with her said a spokesman for Bondi said she has been focused on executing Trump's directive to make America safe again. I got to say this. I mean, the thing with Donald Trump is like he wants an effective attorney general. Unfortunately, you're never going to get an effective lawyer who can do fascism. It's like one or the other. Either get someone who's like very detail oriented and crosses the T's, dots the I's, or you can get a Pam Bondi who just tries to do whatever you want without really being super effective. Because unfortunately, or fortunately for us, there's still rules and laws. And so in order to move that system effectively, you kind of have to know how it works. Pam Bondi is totally in over her head, and she really is just like a blonde mouthpiece that goes on TV to do press for the president. But maybe we should all be thankful that she's kind of not effective, because could you imagine how scary this could be if he had someone in that office that actually knew what they were doing? Ooh, that's not a fun idea. Someone had this point. Adam Cochran said, if Pam Bondi wants to keep her job, she should release the Epstein files. Trump is going to fire her. The only way he doesn't is if he gets fired first. Amen.